Sensor's going crazy. Grab this. Okay, so there's a GT mode as well. Let's see what the wheel specs are. I like these door handles a lot. Thank you. So it's inside. So that's about me. Hey, I'm ALBO. I came to Japan as an English teacher, then moved near Tokyo to pursue my dreams. I became a filmmaker because I love cars, Japanese culture, and a good story. I'm lucky enough to live the JDM dream, and in this series of videos, I'll bring you along with me. We'll go to car meets and visit shops, do track days and toge runs, experience the food and traditions, and learn more than you ever thought possible about Japan's car culture and history. Join me on the adventure of a lifetime and find out what it's really like in the land of the rising sun. So hop in, fasten your seatbelts, and enjoy the ride. This is the JDM Experience.
この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りしました。
Hey guys, so welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I actually had a completely different plan. I was gonna go work out with my good buddy and then maybe do a JDM Experience tonight. But on the way to go meet him, passing by this Honda dealership, and I saw the new Prelude. So let's just pull in and check it out because yeah, my first time seeing it. Really want to see it. Let's go check out the car. Honestly, it's my first time seeing a red one, so I was like literally driving by and then I just had to pull in. Unfortunately, the entrance was over here. And yeah, let's go check it out since there's a red one. Konnichiwa. さっき道路通ったんで、新しいプレルード見ちゃってやばっと思って、そう直接に見たくて、あれ赤いタイプ R 飲んでなってるからすごい興味あって見ていいですか？ Alright, here it is. This is the red Prelude. Look at this thing. It's like the same color as my FL5. Exactly the same color. And this is the Japan model. JDM spec, of course. Blue brakes. The price is kind of really expensive actually, 6 million yen. Oh, we can open it, nice. Oh wow, look at that. I might be one of the first people to actually see the production version of the car. At least like drive it, not even drive it, just like check it out. Let's see if it's okay for us to sit inside it. Wow, look at this. すみません。中に座って大丈夫ですか? Thank you. So we can sit inside. Okay, let's check it out. Oh wow, okay. Interesting. It really looks like my FL5 in here. Like the dashboard is really similar actually. Oh wow. Even the here looks just like my FL5. But down here you see they have like this S Plus, which from my understanding, basically this is a hybrid car, and it has like simulated paddle shifting, just like in the like the Ioniq 5N. Wow, this is super cool. What happens if we press power button? No. Oh, we can turn it on. Okay. Change the drive mode. Okay, like a sport mode, individual mode. Okay, so sport mode and GT mode, whatever GT mode is. Okay, so there's a GT mode as well. My guess is that's like a little bit more sporty. Honestly, I kind of really want to test drive this car now. Really want to test drive this car. Let's see if it's at all possible we'll ask. Interior wise, it really does feel kind of similar. It's like a smaller version of the FL5 actually. It has the same kind of door closing sound as the FL5. 4-seater apparently, so technically same as the FL5. But come on, is anybody really gonna sit back there? I highly doubt it. There's no way. Actually, you know what? Maybe let me try. Kind of sort of fit inside there. Okay, I can actually fit, but there's barely any space here because as you can see, my head literally hits this pillar. Wow. You kind of have to kind of like sit like this, kind of diagonally, and then so I'm 174 centimeters, about 5'8.5", and you know, now that I have hair, it's brushing against the top of right here. But it's surprisingly comfortable back here, like surprisingly. Like you can make this work. I mean, if this was more padded, it would be better. You kind of just like lean your head against it, I guess. But like if you're sitting like I cannot really sit straight. Yeah. if I scoot down. So I guess if you are 5'8" and under, you can just barely fit inside here. But surprisingly, it is possible. Not very comfortable, but it's possible. Okay. Let's see. This is great. Yeah, I didn't move the chair, so let me sit back here again. Not bad, actually. It's interesting because it really kind of feels like a smaller coupe version of the FL5 in here, just without the shifter. So I really miss my shifter, but it has paddle shifters. So very curious about how this car feels. Extremely curious, actually. Let's find out if we can do a test drive. So, 今日じゃなくて、市場は可能でしょうか？まだですかね。なるほど。はい。So I just asked them if it's possible to do a test drive because I would love to test drive this. You know, when you see it in person, it looks like it needs to be dropped quite a bit because there's quite a bit of gap here. It totally fisted, right? And when you see it in person, it kind of looks a lot different than when you would see it at shows and everything. It looks good inside here, but it looks like it's missing something. You know, it needs a ducktail at least, needs more aggressive aero, needs to be lowered, needs T37s. Let's see what the wheel specs are. 19-inch, 235/40/19, and there's a ton of space in there, so you could definitely fit 255s or 265s. You could probably even fit the FL5 tires in there. FL5 tires and wheels. I like these door handles a lot. Very fancy looking. The material here is quite nice as well. I wish it wasn't white though, because I feel like white will get dirty. It'd be great if it was red, but it really does remind me of the FL5 interior, especially with the shape of this. would be great if it had red carpets as well. So that's about $40,000. あ、すみません、こんにちは。いつから入ったんですか？
今日ですね。
今日。
はい。
おー。
今日発売なんで、発表なんで。
今日からですか？
はい、
すごい。すごい。試乗はできないですか？
試乗はできないですね。
なるほど。
あともう購入も現状ではもう販売を終了しております。
もう？
はい。今ホンダ車をお乗り。
そうです。赤い当たりFL5。
神奈川北で購入のお客様。
港区で買って。
であれば申し訳ないですけど、今回のプレリュードの第一次販売は、そこの反社で枠があるんで、だからうちの会社と、22台の枠あったんですけど、それをもう抽選でもう皆さんも買われたんで、だから次の発売はまた先になりますね。ですから今もう市場もあれですけど、基本的には
すごい
商談もできないような。
で市場なしで買った方が
もちろんもう発表前に値段も分かんない時に買っていただいて、
しかも意外と高いですね、実は。思ったより
タイパー
より高いですよね。
ちょっと高いぐらいです、
はい。そう、僕のタイパー買った時500万。
そうですね、前のが安すぎたんで、今のブラックエディションが600なんで、
そう
それと同じぐらいですね。
しかも色は一緒じゃないですか。多分一緒。これフレームレッド。フレームレッド。いや綺麗ですね。早いですか？
乗ってないんで我々もなんとも言いますけど、ただオートマですからね。
そうですね。
本当の走りを追求しにしたらやっぱりタイパルがいいかもしれないですね。
しかもハイブリッド車。
ハイブリッド車ですね。
はい。エンジンはフロントですか？FF。
はい。
そう。This is cool. We're getting to check it out. Okay, so what he said was basically, the car is sold out already. All the people who wanted to buy this car have already purchased the car without even test driving it. So let's see the engine 見てもいいですか？They don't want to show it for some reason. Okay. Wow. So yeah, I want to show you the car. Here it is. It's hard to say how to feel about it. It's kind of like a hybrid 86. It's kind of similar shape, similar size, but much smaller, actually. I mean, sorry, so not much smaller, but much more expensive. That's what I want to say. Much more expensive. And from the back, you can see there's no exhaust. Oh, here it is. Here's the exhaust. So single exit, and it's made to look like there is no exhaust, but it is a hybrid, so there is in fact an exhaust. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the public reacts to this car, how people react to this car. I definitely prefer my own Type R, but it's pretty cool that this exists. Yeah, apparently it's from today that it's here. All right, so had a nice chat with the manager. I'm gonna get his meishi, his business card, and then maybe in the future we'll pick one of these things up, because it would be really cool to have both cars actually, both this and the Prelude in the fleet. So who knows? Let's see what happens. All right, guys. So we left the dealership, and I just want to give you my thoughts about the car. If I thought about it just a little bit more, and you know what I was thinking. This car is kind of like NSX Lite. Not the old NSX, not the NA1 and NA2, but the NC1 and NC2. So like that's the generation of the NSX that was sold until just a couple years ago. And that's because they're both hybrid cars and they're both Hondas. So that's basically the limitation of my my entire thesis over here. But you know what? When I thought about it that way, I thought the car has a lot of potential to still be pretty fun to drive. especially if it's a hybrid car, it has that torque, and it'll let you, feel the sensation of that instantaneous or very, very strong pull. So even though it has only 200 horsepower on paper, it probably feels faster, probably feels a lot more fun to drive, kind of lively. And I can understand how this is a car that Honda felt like that they should make, because let's be honest, the era of gasoline-powered manual transmission cars is sadly more and more getting phased out of existence. In fact, this is probably the last manual car from Honda that is, real sporty car that we're ever gonna get. So, as sad as it is, that is probably the reality. And so we have to kind of look to the future and at least try to support manufacturers for bringing out sports cars. So the worst thing that they could have done is, like they did with the RSX, like Acura with the RSX, is they could have made the Prelude into an SUV or some sort of like crossover thing. So that would have been the worst case scenario. But in this case, it is still actually like a two-door coupe. And although it really doesn't look like the Prelude that I grew up with, the one with the square lights that I really wanted when I was in high school, it's still cool that this exists as an option. And you know what? What's really interesting for me is when I take a lot of guests on my JDM experience, which if you're interested in, by the way, just send me an email or send me a DM on Instagram at ALBO.media, and I'll send you all the details of campus adventure in Japan. But when I talk to a lot of my younger clients, a lot of them don't even know how to drive manual cars. A lot of them are not even that much into like driving. It's not like us who are OG petrol heads, who love Hondas from the golden age of Honda. For them, the cool cars are like BMW M4s, McLarens, these cars that don't even have don't even have manual transmissions. They just have basically automatic transmission. So it's not a big loss for them. And then on the other hand, you have the guys who are kind of like a bit older, maybe like 50s or 60s, who are kind of like, yeah, you know what? I drove a manual car when I was young, my 20s and 30s, and I'm kind of over it. I just want something that is like I can enjoy driving, still enjoy driving, and then that's where the stick shift comes into play. So from that perspective, I can see why this car was made. And really, it's a car that I was really prepared to hate until I just saw it in person. I think it's because it was in that red color, a really striking red color, and I just love the flame red, just like my car. And that made me like it probably, about 2 points more. So it was 6, now it's 8, maybe it was a 5, now it's a 7. But I don't hate it, and I do want to get one now because I when I thought about the fact that it's kind of like an NSX Lite, it's a sports car, it's a hybrid sports car. Maybe there's some fun to be had in that. And I'm sure if they can make the NSX super cool like Faceit did, they can definitely make the Prelude super cool, super fast. So maybe I'll end up with one in the future. And it was nice to know that I can sit in the back and 4 people could fit inside there, barely, like honestly, like barely. Like if I was like 5'10", then it would not have happened. I would have just had to like curl up like a shrimp. It was honestly like right at the limit for me. But in any case, I thought I'm glad I got to check it out today, just randomly. And then at the same time, I think like these things don't happen that randomly. I saw it for a reason today when I was literally wearing my red Honda, this Honda jacket, which I haven't been able to wear for a long time because I was just fat. But now that I've lost 10 kilos, about 20, almost 25 pounds, I'm really feeling really good now. I'm feeling very athletic, and I was able to fit in this jacket that I couldn't before, and that's why I decided to stop by. So everything happens for a reason, or whatever strange set of circumstances happen in your life, everything just somehow lines up, and that's one of the situations. So hopefully in the future we'll hop into the Prelude, because I know some of my friends like Honda Pro Jason, he's also picking one up, and I would love to pick one up as well. But like I explained earlier in the video, just briefly, apparently for this first lot of the car, it was a lottery, so I actually could not even buy it if I really wanted to. I basically would have had to put my hat in the ring, and that's only, it's interesting, only if I had bought my Type R here in Kanagawa, the Yokohama area. But because I bought it in Tokyo, then there's like a different system, I guess. And so I suppose if I go to Tokyo, then I might be able to throw my hat in the ring to buy one of these. But also there's a price, 6 million yen, which is crazy. 6.5 million, all said and done. You know what? That's the price of a GTR, like a used GTR. I could get a GTR for that price. So that's the other thing. Honestly, I've been thinking about buying a GTR, like an R35, just for my JDM experiences because, you know, they're really blowing up. But who knows? Let's see what happens. And it was good to see the car today. Very cool car. And yeah, I'm gonna end this video here because I think there's enough content here to make one full video. But if you keep watching the next video in this series, and just like from now, I'm just gonna keep filming for the rest of the day. But I'm gonna go to the One Piece gym actually to work out because today's my day 96 of my first 100-day workout challenge. Now it's like a 1,000-day life-changing project. And yeah, I'm gonna go there with one of my oldest friends here in Japan. I'm gonna get a workout in, and then we'll probably go to Daikoku and do some JDM experience stuff. Probably just with him actually. And in fact, he was the first person I ever took out on this kind of checking out the car culture stuff because he's one of my best friends. He lives here in Japan now. So you know what? We'll probably do that, make a video together, have dinner together. So in the next video, hope you guys enjoy it. Probably will release these videos really close, almost back to back, maybe like tomorrow from whenever you're watching this. Maybe it's already out. So check out the channel, and if you enjoyed this video, please let me know. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this, more videos in general, and let me know why you're still watching after all these years because the channel's been around for a long time, and I'm still here. We're still growing, and I'm doing this for you guys, but I need to know who I'm making the videos for, why I'm making them, and I want to know more about you guys. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate every single one of you who watches my videos. You guys are the reason that I'm still making videos. It's because I feel like I have this big audience of almost 500,000 people, at least that are subscribed to the channel, and I do have a responsibility to you guys to keep showing you Japan through my eyes as a car guy. So thank you guys for watching. Leave a comment, like the video, please subscribe if you haven't yet, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace!